Hello, everybody. Today we are discussing some insights and learning from CLAT 2026. Okay, things that CLAT has taught us this year. All right, chaliye. Now, irrespective of how your CLAT was, acha tha, yeah, it was more like a moe scenario. We'll now see what are the things that we learned, okay, from this paper. The very first learning is that do not skip anything, bache. There are so many topics, you know, we think that okay, these topics are too small, right? Lately CLAT hasn't been asking a lot of questions from here, so let's skip it. These are unimportant topics. Do not do this, never do this. Why am I saying this? Do you remember topics like tone of the author, figure of speech, literary devices? Every time I taught this in the class, students would come to me and say, मैम ये क्लैट में आता है क्या? मैम ये कितने मार्क्स का आता है? Right? मैम ये आता भी है क्लैट में? Now अभी CLAT 2026 happened and everybody was like, these questions were in good numbers and they were not very easy, I'll tell you. So very first learning, but do not skip anything. No topic is unimportant or too small. Whatever your teacher is teaching you, all of that is important. Okay, there is no fixed pattern कि अच्छा this is यही आएगा या वो नहीं आएगा, right? We need to cover everything. Perfect. Which is why if it's in the syllabus, it will be in the examination. All right, cover the entire syllabus. ज़्यादा James Bond नहीं बनना है हमें, okay? We will cover everything. Now, practice is non-negotiable. Now, what we saw in this paper was passages were easier. बहुत difficult vocab नहीं था, sentence structure easy था, passages were easily understandable, but the questions were very difficult, बच्चे. Questions were confusing. कैसे confusing थे? More than one option that seemed correct, right? There were more than one option that looked correct. So people were confused between two very close options. How do you tackle that? When you practice. Yes, people, when you practice. So there are no shortcuts here. You have to understand ki how you spot the trap, how do you eliminate the option. Now here concepts are important. I agree with you, bache. But more than the concept, practice is important. It's not ek baar aapne samajh liya, these are the traps and you'll do in the paper. Not happening, my friend. You have to practice, okay? Unless you practice it, you will not be answered. No matter how much you know, what matters is how much can you actually implement in the paper, bache. So no shortcuts there. Your practice will decide your rank. All right, just keep that in mind. All right, people. Now final learning from this year's CLAT examination is that we need to attempt more questions. देखो, competition is rising, right? Earlier क्या होता था? People would only appear for JEE or NEET. Now IP MAT, CLAT, AILET, all these examinations, awareness is rising, due to which cutoff is rising. Students are actually studying, right, बच्चे? So अभी old strategy will not work. Back in the days, students used to think कि अच्छा ठीक है, 25 to 30 odd questions will be there. I'll do 22, 23 correct, and I'll get a good college for sure. That was the case a few years ago, not today. But say today, you have to attempt as many questions as possible and with great accuracy. Yes, everybody. So we have to increase our attempts, like the number of questions we are attempting, because as I said, with rising competition and better prepared aspirants, your overall accuracy is rising and cutoffs are also rising. So how do I keep up with these rising cutoffs? I increase the attempt, right? Which again, it's like a circular loop. It takes you back to this. Do not skip anything. How will you attempt every single question when you have covered every single topic extensively, right? So these were the three most important insights, the learning from your CLAT 26 examination. Keep them in mind while you prepare for next year. See you all. Bye-bye.